Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? What is going on in y'all's lives? What brought you here? Look how empty it is back there. I finally cleaned my office. It's been a mess. Anyways, let's get through this. Good morning, Dr. Feelgood. How are you? What's up? Greek Mike. Good morning. How you doing? Getting excited for baby's arrival? Jay. What's up, Jay? Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing? Jay, Jay. Okay, so the last time I talked to Jay, I think Jay was home for a while. Jay, are you back on the road now? What's going on? I don't tune into your streams anymore because you guys only stream on Whatnot, and I still haven't downloaded Whatnot since the day Topps Chrome released. So I'm sorry. I miss you. I love you guys. But yes, good morning. Brofit, what's up, buddy? How are you feeling today? I think you said you were a little laggy yesterday. Hope you're feeling better today. Get that coffee in. Savvy's in the house. Good morning. Good morning. I saw you dropped a response, but I haven't read it. I read the first line. Husband teaching Ella skateboarding. Right off the bat, I knew it was going to be a banger. I will get back into it. Uh, I will get back into it. Good. Glad you. What? Hey, look at this. Look at this face. Haven't seen this face in a long time. Good morning, Plush. How are you doing? How's the family? How's the husband? What is going on? Me? Oh, yeah, yeah. Deleting whatnot. Yeah, man, it has been. It's been a ride watching from the sidelines, just like watching all this go on X and seeing all these polls. It has been completely insane, but I've kept it off my phone. I've kept my boxes hidden up in the top part of my closet. I have two of the hobbies and two of the blasters. Still haven't touched a Topps Chrome card. I even have three packages. Um, because I bought into like three breaks on day one or day zero, when you guys were some people were breaking early. But yeah, not about the Topps Chrome. Makes it easier to stay off whatnot. Yeah, exactly. Jay, you and my Twitter DM on TTM counting crows. Okay. All right. That's a private conversation. I'll leave that. Let's take that off then. It's been a lot of parenting victories this week. Yeah. It's good. Good. Because I know you guys are going through, I mean, you guys are in a hard point uh in any person's life, let alone parenting, but moving to a completely different state. I myself have never done that. My parents moved me when I was 3 or 4, so I wouldn't have been around, like I wouldn't have realized what that took. Um, but yeah, ever since then I've been in California, and we moved 4 years ago, and it was tough, but it wasn't as, I imagine it's pretty crazy moving, what this move you guys are going through. So yeah, good. Good for good that you guys are getting those victories in. Small victories are the good ones. We all know that. Sometimes it's hard to remember that in the moment of the small victory, but come on here, go in the chats and drop those small victories, and you know how the V Friends community will show up. We will celebrate you and anything and everything that you are doing. Been busy, miss you guys. Yeah, we all miss you too. Still deciding if I'm coming to nationals. I want to meet everyone still. Look, I can't tell you to go. Well, yeah, I can. You should go. It's gonna be great. We're all going. Literally everyone is going, uh, except for you. So you're just the last one that we're all waiting to confirm. So might as well just get it done, right? I'm sure everyone in this room agrees that we've heard every single person is going, except for Elena. So we're just waiting on her. But all right, morning spiel out the way. I am here. My office is clean. I got a. I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, disappointing stuff yesterday that happened to me. Hey, Caitlin. Oh, I do want to talk about the community night last night. That was a lot of fun. I tapped into that. I was like, you know, I get on the fence about coming up or not. Like if I want to like do that, put myself in a different space. I was at my in-laws. They were all over the place. So, I'm a very personal person. So I say that as I'm on live every morning. Good morning, Jay. In no shape to speak right now. Wait, look at Jay. Oh, you're so funny. His hair is probably like everywhere. Just send me a picture of your hair, dude, and I'll be good. Um, oh, okay. So you guys have moved around. Yeah, military people, you guys are used to it a lot more. I get that. Yeah. But this is Ella's first big move. Yeah, I bet. And you've raised her to be a very strong and opinionated young lady. So I'm sure she has her feelings about it. But I've watched enough of your interactions or heard enough of your interactions with her to know that you guys have a really good open communication relationship to talk these through, and that she's really good with talking. That's one thing I have noticed about that little girl is that for her age, for her size, she sure knows how to speak up and let you know what exactly is going on. Do it. What am I doing? I forgot. I forgot what I was doing. Oh, community night last night. Yeah, that was something. I jumped in. I hadn't seen the bag video. I then popped into the VFam chat, saw it, you know, swelled up my eyes a little bit, came back. It was super sweet to know that that was what happened. That was how it was done. I like how Mike teased it in the morning and dropped it, right before or on her show. That was great, well planned. I'm sure there was, I know there are a bunch of gift goats that kind of circle in our area. I know there are a lot that are quiet on the sidelines, and there are a lot that are right in our face. So I can tell you, a couple of those people, I'm sure, were instrumental in that. So that was great. That was great. And then she dropped one of her classic um, day after or like recaps on the situation, which I haven't watched that yet because I literally just saw the preview that she looked like she was gonna be bawling the whole time. So it's like I'll tap into that a little later. Those are always fun. The Anne bag trying to say stuff while she's in tears. Yes, more tears, more tears, more tears. Caitlin, you and I haven't talked face to face on stream. That's so weird. I thought we had. Yeah, I think my exit from the community nights was maybe your entrance. I don't go up anymore because I'm in protest on community nights until Soggy and Pokescoot get back up there. Also until Pokescoot changes name back to Pokescoot because I don't like P-Scoot. But yeah, there's a lot going on there. Yep. Yep. Super cute, super sweet. I don't know. I think we've been on stream together. Yeah. I miss Dom After Dark. I know. I know. So, okay, let's talk about that because this is actually thank you, Savvy. I don't know why those simple words shot this in me, but this actually ties me into today's reading, which I struggle, and that's one of the great things about Jay. Um, I'll just shoot the shit for, as many minutes as I can so that I don't have to talk about the reading, even though I do read. I am, the one who got the boys into this book. I love these Ryan Holiday books. I read them every day. But so today's reading was about distractions. I took it as distractions because addictions, drugs, and alcohol is what the original story was about. What was his name? Flea? Yeah, Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers. It was about a story about how, he would dabble in the drugs, but not get a little, not get too crazy because he would always tell himself like he never wanted to go down the road of like full addiction because he did have kids. So he at least had put that boundary in place. But on an interview, the host had kind of told him, "Hey, like you really should be present for your kids at all times. Like even just your spirit, even just like, you know, even when you're away, if they wanna call you, they should be able to call you. You shouldn't be in a drugged out state." And so that really resonated with him. He went clean and sober, all that stuff. So, doesn't resonate too much for me. I'm not, that's not my life. I do drink a little bit, but not to a point where I don't answer a call or get on with my kids. But the thing that I took it as is streaming, is the Dom after dark, the late night community nights. So those things are fun. Those things are great, but I definitely have prioritized my morning routine, the things that I do in the morning to help me get through a very long and exhausting and stressful day. Um, I like waking up early in the morning. I am a morning person. I'm not a night person. Once it's always been this way. Once 8:30 hits, like I really see like a drastic decrease in my energy and my willingness to do anything. So that was one of the things that I had to give up. I had to give up those late night streams. I had to give up those community nights. I still kind of, I try to tap in there, and I think you guys saw me last night poke in, pop a little comments in, but I was exhausted and I was ready to, just watch an episode on Netflix and then just fall asleep. And that's what I did. I went to bed around 9 o'clock. I missed all the rest of it, but I came in for enough of it. So that's my way of, uh, you know, like this reading is saying, like trying to minimize the distractions that take me away from my kids or my job or my normal life. And then I do my best to tap into you guys every second I can in between work. So I think that's my way of doing it. I'm curious to see what everyone else thinks about that. I know I know a lot of you are on. I don't know how late you guys went till last night, Savvy, but I mean I know those things usually go to midnight, 2 a.m. my time, which is also your time and Anne's time. So yeah, and then those people that stay in logged in from the East Coast, that's just something special. You guys go hard. I don't know when you guys sleep. I don't know how you do it, but yeah, sleep is my priority for sure. So yeah, that's me trying to be present. My son and I, we talked on the phone as I was driving home from work yesterday. Because as most of you know, I am away. Uh, I spent I took 2.5 days off for Father's Day and went to Sedona. So I told my wife, I think I'm gonna need to spend the night out here all week so I can just play a little catch up and be available. I have a series of like 6 inspections to handle on one job this week so that I can final it out and the people can move in next week. I'm trying to post some content. I'm really bad at content. Last night, Lord Manjake was like, Dom, I really want to take some pictures of your house. And I meant to DM him, but I think he's down in Orange County. I'm like, dude, drive up here. You want to take some pictures, take some pictures. I would love that. Um, so yeah, where did I go with that? Fuck. Oh, busy week. Staying out here all week, and then the only things that I can do is I try to stay in communication with my girls, texting them in the morning, seeing how they're doing. And then I always at some point in the day, Bentley will call me. He just loves playing Roblox with me, and then with my wife's dad, his grandpa. And it's one of those things where I fought it for a really long time, but then it was I can't remember if it was a reading in here or if it was some sort of podcast where it was like even video games are a connection point and like that to your kids, and that really hit me because, like, video games were a really big thing in my life, and I remember connecting with friends over video games. And even though it's not going outside and playing and exercising and learning how to skateboard or, play soccer or any of those things, we still do those things, but video games are just they're just that to my family, and I mean, I think in my daily Stoic journaling this morning, it was something along the lines of not blaming anything on chance or luck. And I kind of wrote, yeah, I have a enough of self-awareness at this point to know that everything in my life is mostly a result of like things that I've done. So like to go on to how I got to that tangent is my kids love video games because I grew up loving video games, and so I've put video games in front of them. I think unknowingly for the most part, but there was a part of me that was like, I don't know if anyone remembers when they came out with the, like, mini version of the what was it? The NES, like the original Nintendo. They came out with a mini version that had like the emulator in it with a bunch of games. When that thing came out, I was like, "Honey, buy that for me. Buy that for me for my birthday." And I was so excited. We still have the first one that came out. And it had like 20 games on it and stuff. But they were like the OG Mario's, and I was so excited to get that tiny little square, awkward, or rectangular, uncomfortable controller back in my hand and play those games. And my kids were young then, so, yeah, they play video games because I love video games, and so for me to fight it for so long, and then now that I've been in Roblox with them for I wanna say it's been a year, maybe a year and a half, it's just been really fun. We there's a game that we're all kind of addicted to right now, um, me more so than them, it kinda seems like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys because you're my people. I have it on my computer right now, right behind you guys, playing in the background. I mean, it's not, I got disconnected, but I struggle with that. I think I texted in our little daily dad group chat, just the four of us, because Blaze had brought something up about maybe him being a little addicted to a video game right now. I'm currently in that right now. I will grind this Roblox for 30 minutes after this show. My kids aren't even awake. I'll text yep, grow a garden. It is savvy, 100% grow a garden. This game has taken over our life. It's pretty wild. Yeah. Uh-oh. You guys have been messaging and I missed it. I'm sorry. I went on a long tangent and I missed Ron Jordan. Good morning. Brofit making sleep a priority. Yeah, thank you, Savvy. I'm really trying on my self-awareness. I don't think I had any self-awareness before. Um, but yeah, I'm really trying. I struggled with joining my husband in video games or even board games. Oh, okay. And now you guys are board games all in, right? So that's awesome. Good job. Good job, hubby. Way to take her down. Got to connect with my middle last night on Switch Sports Bowling. I let her teach me how to play. See, that's awesome, right? Even if you know how to play, even if you get it, let her teach you. That's fun. That's another thing Bentley in Roblox, he loves to game hop. Like Savvy saying grow a garden. Like I'll play grow a garden all day, every day for the rest of my life. It's a really silly game. I don't know why I just said that. But Bentley loves to game hop. And so one of the fun things about game hop is he that's not what the game's called, but he likes to just go from game to game to game, and he's playing new games all the time. Like even when we're on like a 1 hour call, he'll play like four different games. And it's fun because he gets to teach me. He gets to show me around. He gives me a tour of like what he's already created. And so it's just fun. All right, I have to half up. All right. I missed the bye. Bye, Caitlin. Thank you. Enjoy. Well, You prepared last night for class, so hopefully you have a good day. I know you're crushing it. That's the reason I was up late. Okay, so Jay was up late last night, spending time with his kids. I mean, that's the greatest excuse in the world to not show up in the morning show, is hanging out with your kids. Better than you know, sitting alone in your art studio laying carpet or laying some floors down. All right. By the one thing and how we're supposed to be and do things. Yep. Yep. It is Bukes. What's up? How you doing? Bukes, I was talking about the game Grow a Garden on Roblox. It's uh one of the biggest games right now. It's been pretty crazy. My son actually took me through um 5 different games last night that were like basically like copies of that game. So there was another Grow a Garden spinoff, so it was just very interesting to go in a game that like is exactly the same but not. There was like Grow a Business, so we would we would be like buying people and putting people in a farm and then they would work. I don't know, it was really some silly stuff if you go on Roblox. Don't be afraid of Roblox. It's okay. You can make it uh safe for your children. Bentley's 6, by the way, so in case anyone is curious or on the um I lost the word I was looking for, but on the train of like, oh, I started my kids way too young in video games. Trust me, we started him way, way too young. It is a regret of mine, but our kids really know how to manipulate us. Yeah. When do we get to talk about that? When's the month in the Daily Dad where we talk about how good our kids are at manipulating us? I don't know if your kids are, but my kids are. They're very good at, well, she gets to do that. Why can't I do it? And it's like, all right, fine, do it. Like, I don't care. I look, okay, you guys know a little bit about me. There's always going to be a lot more that you don't know about me. I like to think that I grew up very much bad, but I still turned out really good. And I don't know why. I don't know, why I think I grew up bad, and I don't know why I think I turned out good, but I know that like you guys said, I have good self-awareness. I know where I am in my life. I know what I want to do. Parenting's very important. So even though I grew up a bad kid and did bad stuff and was always, you know, teeing that line, uh, the fact that like, my main concentrations in life are, my family, being here with you guys, talking more about family, opening up, being vulnerable, helping everybody. The We make them smart. Oh yeah, of course I'll allow that. She can say ass. Calm down. Um, so yeah, that I lost my train of thought again, guys. I'm sorry. Corso hooked on Grow a Garden. He said too. Oh, see, I need to find Corso in the background. We need to get in there and compare each other's gardens and like trade some stuff. I want to know if I have more money than Corso and Grow a Garden. That's my new mission for today. Sorry, I'm not working. Um, my wife and I played Mario Kart and Dr. Mario the other day when the kids were at grandma's. Nice. Look at that. What a date night. It's like, honey, do you want to go out and like see a movie, get dressed up? No, let's just play some Mario. Let's just play some Mario while the kids are gone. Um, I spent way too many Roblox hours on Big Paintball too. Dude, yep, yep, been there. I freaking loved that game. Me and my kids got that was another game that me and my kids got into. And it was like one of those things where that was the game where other than Mario Kart, like on an actual controller, that was the game where I showed my kids that it does not matter how much they play or how old I get, I will always destroy them in video games. Like they got real good. There were a couple of times where I thought, "Oh crap," but no, always the leaderboard. And I felt bad for anyone who jumped into a lobby against me and my 3 kids because you were gonna rage quit. There was no choice. Yep, yep. This is what I was talking about earlier. The manipulation, the biting us in the ass. We make them way too smart. Honestly, uh, Savvy, your daughter, and there's a couple other people in my life. My cousin is one of them. When I hear your daughter speak on Twitter Spaces, I it makes me smile, but it also makes me, like, incredibly worried for you and your husband, because that girl, ooh, ooh. Like, she is so smart and so articulate that I just, like, like I said, I grew up bad, and so I tend to, like, have a little bit of a bad lens, and I think to myself, I'm like, "Man, that girl is so smart. She's gonna run the train on these people." But I also know enough about Savvy to know that she won't let that happen. She'll be right there. Not to brag. Savvy, I have 3, but it's okay. Um, no, that's just the luck of the draw, though. I don't have the new Apple, though, so whoever's got the new Apple, you win, alright? Um, that's been a thing. So, yeah. Oof. Talking about video games. See how I come alive? Video games are like candy to Jay. Uh, but yeah, we're having fun. All right. And we made it. We made it to 30 minutes. That was so easy, you guys. Just get me talking about Roblox and we're going on. No, but seriously, I need to not forget to DM Corso about Grow a Garden. That's my vibe today. Um, Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you all. It looks like we got some messages in the parents chat. I always love seeing those, reading those. I like yeah, Grow a Garden, V Friends, collab, Twitter, DM group. Got it. We could start that. We could start that vibe, put out a post, see who bites. Um, the I do appreciate you guys so much here with me in the mornings. One of the things that's been pretty interesting is I was talking earlier about my morning routine and sleep being a priority. So sometimes I do stay up too late and I do want to sleep in. But what gets me up in the morning is this conversation. So thank you all. Even my lurkers, Dylan, I see you. I can see you in the background. Paul JW, I just saw you. Greek Mike, you're always lurking too. Very rarely comment. We've got a couple. There was one other one that's always lurking. Mint Mink. Mint Mink is another person. I don't think he's here today, but yeah, I really appreciate all you guys. You guys get me up in the morning. This is what I wake up for. Is this little morning chat really puts me in a good mood, good spirit, 9+ club all day. Um, and then, like Jay said earlier, we've been talking. I haven't watched back the Ron Jordan episode from Friday. I was going to do that, but I do want to start having more people kind of rotate up here. It is best when it's only 2 people on stage, but more than happy because it's a 30-minute show. You put more than that on the stage, 30 minutes is hard for 3 or 4 people. So if anyone wants to ever pop up, wants to get in on one of these daily chats, that would be, I think that would be fun. I think it's been fun the last couple of times we've done it. In fact, that's how I started. So but yeah, thank you guys. We'll see each other in the V Parents chat. We'll talk a little bit more on addictions and distractions, and then we will definitely start a Grow a Garden chat because I can't have enough chats. We got to let each other know when those mushroom seeds pop. Come on, people. Anyways, love you all. Have a good day. See you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. All those words. Peace.